Peace, peace, peace. Good morning. Or should I say grand rising? I hate saying the word good morning. It's a lifetime of me saying it. And, I've recently discovered new meanings in terms and phrases and realized good morning is not properly the thing to say. So, I should kind of go back and say grand rising. Grand rising, everybody. Hope you doing good. Um, So if you're here, I appreciate it. You could have been anywhere in the world today, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Um, but if you're here already, you already know what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna dive into this whole young Pharaoh situation, and I kind of want to discuss the as the title says, the good, the bad, and the ugly parts of success. Success from what I hear anyway, I'm not at that level yet, but we all hear that can success can be good, depend on the person you are, and it can also be a bad thing too. And for certain people, depend on if they're strong, I guess mentally and spiritually and physically, emotionally, then success probably wouldn't be as bad. But for a lot of us, um, especially when success can come like rapid, as of young Pharaoh, it can kind of hinder you. People, we see these patterns, like people turn to drugs, people turn to alcoholism, um, like overabundance of sex, violence, all that stuff. And it seems that young Pharaoh, he sadly fit that criteria. He fall in that line of statistics. So I kind of want to dive into that and talk about that, and actually play some audio on previous videos of young Pharaoh of old, and just kind of like recap on the difference of how he was versus how he is now. So we gonna dive right into it. So before I came on here, I was actually listening to this Grand Rising. How you doing, Chi Town? Grand Rising. Was it Shana Teller? I hope I'm saying it right. Shannon Teller. Grand Rising. How you doing? But I was listening to this audio of young Pharaoh, and he was actually last year. He was on the Veronica Bay show. Um, he was a featured guest on there, and he was saying some enlightening stuff. And this was like around like June. It was actually June 8th, 2020. The day she posted this video. So I just want to play like a little bit of this clip, and you can kind of hear just like where he was at as far as like mentally, and then we're gonna recap on how he is right now, and we can kind of pick and dissect the difference, and we can see what's kind of debate on what's going on with him. But let's play this video.
Like on the run, but it was that good. Like I humbled myself because I had been very emotional, and you guys know I always talk about being very good at controlling my emotions, but I had been very emotional about the whole Black Lives Matter thing that happened with George Floyd. I had fought with friends. I had all.
Oh, and this is Veronica Bayana from the Veronica Bay show. So this is her clip. Shout outs to Veronica Bay. If y'all want to watch the whole video in its totality, you can subscribe to her channel. What?
All of this, and then this man came into my life and exposed switches. Like he just turned on so many lights. So thank you so much, Pharaoh, for joining us today. I'm so excited to have you.
Listen, thank you so much. Your introduction was so kind and graceful. I'm so appreciative. And those of you who know me, or who may not know me, I want to let y'all know I always come very humble, but I hate the word humble because by definition, humble means to weaken or lose strength. So I replaced the word humble with noble. So I'm coming to this platform very noble and appreciative. Thank you very much for having me. Shout out to everyone from your platform who's already here, and shout out to everyone who may have just found this platform. And I'm looking forward to dropping some information. And one thing I do want to add, you made a statement that's very important. You said it felt like it's the end of the world, and that's because it is. And the reason I'm saying that is because people need to understand language. Language is very important. Language changes according to the agenda of these people. And so,
Now, did y'all hear what he just said? Like, now it is like, see, I'm a person who I say all the time, like I pay attention to words and I pay attention to details. You know, the devil was in the details. So listen to exactly what he's saying, and then like I said, this video that we're listening to right now, it's from last year, June 8th, 2020. So listen to what he's saying, and then you fast forward to now and listen how he's talking. So in retrospect, he basically kind of talking about himself, but I'm gonna digress a little bit and let him finish.
the word world used to be age. It was replaced. The word age was replaced with the word world. So if you read any religious book or if you read any updated piece of literature, it now says world. But if you look at at the same piece of literature, whether it be a religious book, a history book, or whatever, before they changed it, it said age. And that is very important because age is our stages that we exist in underneath a certain light frequency. So, for example, right, everything you learned in school was a lie. In order for me to tell you this, you have to accept that. Now, one of the greatest lies that we've been told is the format of our solar system. It is not heliocentric. We are not, in the solar system where the sun is here and we're revolving around. That is a horrible lie. The truth is the sun is traveling around the galaxy at about 70,000 kilometers per hour, and it's pulling the planets behind it. So we're vortexing behind the sun. So the best analogy I can give you is like when somebody gets married and they have the cans on the back of the car and the car is pulling the can, the sun is pulling the planets. Now it takes.
Now, what he's saying right here, be honest with you, I can't say verbatim if what he's saying is good or correct. Now we got certain like religious scholars, science people, and whatever who always debate these type of arguments or whatever. Um, and that's what they are. The good debates, good arguments. So I can right there. I can't really say is that's real or not, but I let that play out because I wanted y'all to hear like what kind of like the type of stuff he was talking about that gravitated people towards him. Like he was saying some real interesting things. Like he said, like now I do give him credit. A lot of stuff that we were told in school that we were raised on believing it is false. Um like the whole Christopher Columbus thing and like various other situations. So like as we got older or whatever, certain of us, we start looking up our own things and they like that, and that's how you kind of get like 5 percenters or 10 percenters or Israelites or people like a brother Polites and young pharaohs and General Setis and Sonatas and people like Grandmaster Jay, like people like that, like because people start learning their own thing, like Dr. Umar, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, like I can go on. So like I think that's where the birth of the I I would say community comes from people just wanting to discover the truth and stuff on their own or whatever. And when they start realizing that a lot of things that we were spoon fed growing up is false, then that's where you get um people turning to other religions or other cultures and everything, and you get Pan Africans and 5% Israel, like things like that. But so these type of people bring up good arguments and all that stuff, whether you believe it or not, whether you think it's BS or not. It's just good arguments because it's no difference than Mormons, Jews, Catholics, Christians, all that stuff. It's all in a sense debatable, because like no one can really say for sure what's factual. Now, I mean, I think a lot of us feel like we can say that, but we can't really say for sure. It's all based on faith and all that stuff. That's the whole point of faith and belief and all that. But like he was the type of person who opened your eyes, opened your mind, and got you thinking, you know, um, differently and kind of had you thinking outside the box a little bit. But then you fast forward, go here. Where are we at? One second.
Ace is the police. The bitch Jocelyn that just left. Right now, what happened?
She had left to get a tablet.
She left her tablet at Verizon. Now, when I told her I think she the police, all of a sudden she want to go to the airport. She going to the airport right now. My man is recording. We even hold nobody against their free will. Police came in here today talking about somebody anonymously said we was holding them against their free will. It probably was that bitch. The police have been trying to infiltrate our nation. Then we caught everybody. Go look at get her straight. Get her straight. Get her straight. Get her straight. She texting me now talking about she gotta go. She got an emergency. She lying. She the police. They've been bringing shrooms in here and weed in here, and it's the police. Now, fuck that. Fuck that. We got their ass, bro. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And y'all see how how big of a change that was from a year ago. Like that was a whole like 180 like switch. Like he just he just turned and that's the whole point. Like I think if we don't got like certain people around us who let us know like when we doing some messed up stuff or whatever, or when we like getting ahead of ourselves, then we get situations like these. And it's kind of like it's that's easier said than done, because I know for a fact that certain people, when they start like feeling like they getting ahead or whatever, they kind of like separate themselves from people. And if you grown or whatever, like you can't really force nobody, or you can't really force yourselves on somebody, like be around them 24/7 and try to like keep an eye on them, keep a watch on them. But it's like I don't know. It's like damn if you do, damn if you don't type situation. Like I don't know. These things is complex. There's no real clear, concrete cut way to try to like navigate these things, because it's like what it seemed like is mental illness. And if y'all notice, it seemed like every time it seemed like every time someone gains certain success at a rapid rate, they go through some type of like mental illness sooner or later. Um, because we are human, we are capable of having some type of confliction, like the human brain, the human psyche, like the way people, like we are different, so the way we absorb things is is crazy. And if, like I always say, like if you're not strong enough, if you don't got like no type of faith based system or whatever, something that keeps you grounded or whatever, then a lot of things that we go through in this world can really like can damage us, and can like going through it, whatever. I know damn sure for sure I do. But like I said, I pray all the time. I got a belief system, so that keeps me grounded, that keeps me sustained. But if I'm gonna be perfectly honest with y'all, it be times where I'll be like like I just want to give up. sometimes. But uh what also keep me focused, other than my belief system, is my kids, my daughters. Y'all probably know I say all the time, I got daughters, I got three daughters. And I was just talking to one of my friends about this. I don't want to disclose all her information or her friends' information, so I'm not going to tell you no names. But one of her friends who she grew up with, she committed suicide a week ago, and um, she had a two sons, she had a 3 year old and I think a 17 or 18-year old. She said, and she didn't really have like no family things like that. Like the mom and dad died years ago. All she had was a sister who lived, I think, my friend said, in Texas or Tennessee, one of them T states that's far away from me. And I'm in Philadelphia, so she said that she was like far away. So uh she said she committed suicide. I forgot. I don't even. She probably didn't even tell me how she did it, but she said she made it easy on the sister. Like she had it all planned out, and she left everything as far as like passcodes to her phone, her bank cards, um, like bills, just anything that anyone would need to look up stuff. She said she made it real visible, real easy for her. She said because she knew her sister would come and all that stuff, so she made it easy and all that stuff. But we were sitting talking about it, and I'm like, damn, like she, like it's sad. And years ago, I would have just been like, well, damn, she just like she opt out, like she quit, she gave up, she got kids and all that stuff. Like, and when I was talking to my friend about it, I'm like, I understand now. Like nowadays, I'm a little more like lenient on things like that. But I bring all that up to say is although I'm a little more lenient on it, it's something that I can't possibly do. Like I got kids. Like I said, she opt out. She got kids to look on it because it's not really about us anymore. It's about our children. And whether we get depressed and all that stuff or not, uh, we got people looking up on us. So we gotta find some type of way to get out of our pity party, our depression, whatever you want to call it, and find some type of strength, some type of anchor to hold on to be better, because we got those kids to look after. Because when you got children, it's not about you. I say that all the time. It's not about you anymore. It's about your kids, And you can say, oh, well, life is hard. Life is this. Life is that. Yeah, life is all that. But just the same, your kids is going to have to experience all those, all that stuff too. So if you opting out and quitting, giving up, committing, so all you showing your children is that you couldn't take it, you wasn't strong enough. And the saying is that God don't give us nothing that we can't handle. Um, Now, like I said, I'm a little more lenient on stuff, so I understand certain things from a certain aspect, like if a parent lost their child. I know that saying is supposed to be, big. God can give us something can handle, but shoot, a parent can't handle the kids, passing away and all that stuff. So it's a catch-22 to that. But what I'm trying to say is, for the most part, if we got like a strong faith system, a strong belief, a strong support, like an inner core, then there's not like a lot of things that we won't be able to do. We won't be able to handle, and that comes with with success that comes with just being your average person, or being your less fortunate, whatever. Because I've noticed, I see a lot of people who's quote unquote less fortunate, homeless bums, whatever, who seem to be more happier than people who got money and all that stuff, because they're not absorbed in the world. They're not caught up in all this stuff that at the end of the day don't really mean nothing. So I don't know, like the older I get, the more I start realizing um like was most important to me and what's not. And family, and my children, and leaving like a legacy. I think that's real important. And it's sad because, bring it back to young Pharaoh, uh like I was reading the comment sections, and I see a lot of people saying the same, like in agreement with me. Like, we don't really see no good coming out of this. Now, we all could be wrong. We definitely could be wrong, but like history shown that like when people deal with these type of situations, when people in these type of situations, that it's always going to come up to bite them in the behind, even if it's later on down the line. Like, he can probably get away with this stuff right now, and like with the live I did, as far as him making the threats and all, we all seen that stuff. Like, he can probably get away with that right now, and maybe like 5-10 years down the line or something. Uh, or depending on whatever the if it's still within the limits of the statute, the statute of limitations, then he can possibly still get in real severe trouble. And all this is just adding up. Like I said, like, people, the feds, the government, they like to build up a case. Like, they see things, they pay attention, and then they watch stuff. They probably looking at young Pharaoh, and they see he's not your average your average black man. Like, he got money. So if they arrested him right now, he gonna get out on bail. He gonna bail himself out, bond himself out, whatever. So you know how they play. They like to build up a case. They want to fall back and just watch you keep putting a noose around your neck and keep hanging yourself. And that's what I feel like they doing right now. I feel like they just watching him just deteriorate and self destruct. Sad part about it is they probably getting a laugh out of this too. You know, and they probably looking at it like, damn, everything he just was doing, everything he built up himself saying and trying to build the black community, um, is all going down the drain. And it seemed like a lot of us always get into that position, right? Like, you got your brother Polites, your young Pharaohs, your Umar Johnsons, is always something. Even Grandmaster Jay from the NFAC, like every time we get to a certain pinnacle or whatever, something is always something, whether it be our fault or someone else's fault. But it's always something that that tears us back down. So it's like there's only very like few of us get unscathed. You know what I mean? Like certain people, like a Jay-Z or somebody like that. Like, I've yet to really seen somebody like him get caught up in scandals and get caught up in stuff. Like, you heard like cheating little stuff, to be honest, but I'm just talking about like some real serious stuff. Like, that's like, as far as like jail time. Like, I don't see stuff like that going on with like a person like Jay-Z, or like a who else? Give me somebody else. Who y'all think that's black here in America? Who y'all think um who can probably get away with some stuff? Cause I see a Jay-Z, maybe like a Puff, Uh, maybe like Bob Johnson, the former CEO of BET. But like if you notice these three individual men, they all in the same category. They all in the same team. They all roll with the same type of people. If you get my drift, so they like that's dumb. But we talking about everybody else or whatever. Like everybody else ain't getting away. So I don't know. Who y'all think? Let me know. Let me read some of these comments. Third Eye Six said he always wanted to just be a rapper. Now that's figuring out how to rap or fake teach nonsense anymore. He's being himself now. And you know what's so funny? That's true. And I said that last night. I was saying that like how well I didn't say that, but I was just basically saying like how certain people put on a facade. They put on like an act just to get to a certain point, and once they get to that point, there's no need to put on the facade no more because you're already there. So you just like F it. What it is, what it is. So like Third Eye Six, you definitely right about that as far as, and that's probably what it is too. Like he probably was like into like the Egyptian culture and African culture and all that stuff like that, but at the time he got on YouTube, like a lot of them, there was an open space that there was a void that wasn't being filled, and that was that space right there, that sector, that was a way that they can make money. So a lot of them at that time start doing that, and he was one of them. And now you got other people trying to do it or whatever now, but it's already been done. So that's actually good. Shanna Taylor said, "I love Young Pharaoh. I started watching him in 2016." Yeah, I started watching Young Pharaoh like in 2017, 2018. I started watching him like 2018 or whatever. But it wasn't, I wasn't watching him every day back then. I was just watching, I was going back and forth watching different things. But I really started watching him 2020. Actually, after the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury second fight, that's when I started watching him because he started making videos, about the Tyson Fury, glove conspiracy and all that stuff. And y'all know I'm a boxer and I'm into boxing stuff, and I'm subscribed to different boxing channels like Dante's Boxing Nation, Fight Hype, Blue Blood Sports, um, all the LDBC people, um, boxing ego, fight, all that stuff. And around that time, I was watching different things on the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder glove stuff, and he was one of the people who started making stuff about it. And I thought it was funny because he talked about all this other stuff, but he started talking about that. And then right after that, the COVID, I forgot, the pandemic happened, and then he started talking about that and the conspiracy. So that's when I started watching him, you know, every single day. So that's why it was like uh it's crazy from all that stuff that he was doing and saying then, and then you fast forward now, it's like what the heck. Chi-Town Texan says, yes, my children keep me grounded. Yeah, as they should. I think all of our children should keep us grounded. I think if we were like wow and all that stuff, then if we had kids, I think that's at least that should be the excuse to calm down and try to tame yourself. Because like I said, it's not about you no more, it's about those kids. Dream with Brain says, good morning. Grand Rising, Queen, Grand Rising. Ashley Hawkins says, I have my thoughts. Sometimes kids don't make things better. I mean, well, I guess that depends on the individual. We I'm a big advocate on individualism. Like, I try not to speak for everybody. I try to put everybody in the whole group. So if that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. Most people don't feel that way. Some people do feel that way too. So I mean, it depends on the person. It depends on your experience, your upbringing. If you may got kids, maybe they're up like how you raise your own children, all that stuff. So it's a person by person basis, in my opinion, anyway. Santia Williams says at Shanna Teller, he's a great journalist. Yeah, young Pharaoh is a I was about to say was. He is a great journalist, when he on his journalism. But right now he ain't even focusing on that. All he doing is smoking, getting high and um beefing with different chicks with his baby moms and the girl. First he mad at Jocelyn saying that she the police and bringing them weed and shrooms, and then next minute, he telling her, he publicly apologizing, saying that he love her and all this other stuff. Same thing with Golden Beauty. She's this, she that, she a liar, she a fraud, she this and that. And then, next moment, Golden Beauty, I was wrong. You was right. Come on home and all that stuff. So it's it's a little weird. But when he on his purpose, yeah, he is a good journalist. Dream with Brain says, meanwhile, he keeps yelling he made $2 million last year. He better have a legit accounting because the feds will definitely follow that lead. Yeah, right. How about that? But I think he do though. Like I'm gonna give him some like I give credit to where credit is due, and I'm gonna give him some credit. I think I think he looks like something. I could be wrong, but he looks like the type of person who would be on type of that stuff because, like most of us, we know because we know from the experience of others how the IRS is and all that stuff when you obtain money. So when we get a bunch of money, I think nowadays, especially with the whole Wesley Snipes situation, like that's been a butt of the joke for like the last like 2 decades. So most of us, if we were smart, we were when we start getting money like that, we would hire an accountant to start for taxations type purposes. So and I feel like he did, at least I hope he did anyway. Oh shit. Shottown Texan said, for what doeth it profit a man he gain the whole world and suffer the loss of his own soul? And this is why we should never worship idols. They fall hard. Trust God and God and you to lead, period. Cleanse the body, mind, and rid yourself of negative energies. Yeah, that's that's the purpose, right? Now that's easier said than done for saying like a lot of us, because it's saying like so many of us hold on to so much negative energy and just dwell in pity and despair. So um when you say things like this, like to me and you or whatever, that may sound like common sense, right? But to the average individual, to someone else, they might look at that and be like, I'm not trying to hear that, man. Like that's and because they looking at it like it's a that's a big feat, because like people who's based in the world and material things and all that stuff, like things like that. Those are major feats and all that. Like they can, like, and it's crazy. Like something as simple of just letting go can be so difficult. Yet, um, you hold on to something like anguish and hating someone, or just being so bitter to someone. Like it's an oxymoron. It don't make sense. It's like the Twilight Zone. It's all backwards. Dream with Brain said he looks like he will be on top of his business, but hey, he's calling two boy like look like they just hit puberty. General major. Yeah, right. Like the boy Lou. Yeah, he do look like he just hit puberty, right? The one with the other boy with he keep having the shirt off, and then the other one, the one who keep wearing a black T-shirt and a hat, Qua, um, he just looked real sneak. Well, Lou looked real sneaky and grimy too, but he looked like up front sneaky grimy with his stuff. Like Qua, he did like the shady, trying to get in close with you type boy, and then backstep like the movie Get Rich Die Trying. Remember the boy 50 Cent? He was cool with him. He got in close with him and all that stuff, and then end up shooting him in the back. Like I look like that's the boy Qua. Lou, he kind of remind me of like a uh just stupid dumb with it, like on some old dog from Menace to Society type, like that type stuff. But don't worry, I'm gonna do that live stream with them. Every time I keep thinking about it, I'm always doing something else. But I'm gonna do it with them. If I don't do live stream, I'm just gonna because I want to show videos. I don't want to just play audio, so I might actually just record a video later on today, edit it and all that stuff, and then upload it because I want to show some stuff rather than just playing, because certain things on these videos, like they're not really saying nothing, so I can't just play audio. I want y'all to see it. I want y'all to basically see what I'm seeing, and I want to break it down because it look real shady, real grimy. Dream with Brain says, I think YP is a very smart man, but like society gives up on women in a sec and say she's for the streets. YP is now for the YP is now for the streets. Yeah, he probably is for the streets. Yeah, that's funny. She said like Chi-Town Texan says, true, he's just so intelligent, and I would think he would know better. All the way around said, I still hope he turns all around. Not Pew. Yeah, I still hope too that he can turn it all around. And like I always say, like long as you got breath in your body and all that stuff, like it's always that chance. But uh even though he might turn it around as far as like getting himself together mentally again, I say he still probably gonna have to answer for them threats. Like that's still gonna have to come up, and I would be so surprised. I keep saying that stuff because if he don't, I would be so surprised, and then I need to find out who he in contact with, like, so they can be my friends, like, because if he don't get in trouble for that, I need to know who he's bros with, so me and that person can be bros, so I can, because I might got some real enemies and stuff. And I'm not gonna say it to my aunt or some lady Jenny or somebody like that. I might be beefing with somebody, and I might need so um I'm gonna need some backing. So whoever he in contact with, if he don't get in trouble, young Pharaoh, holla at me and let me know. I'll pay you. For real. I'll give you whatever money you need. Like I got a little bit of bread too, so I ain't got as much as you, but I'll I'll pay you though. Shout out to him, text and say, yeah, yes, they don't mean him any good. You talking about the two guys? Yeah, no, they don't mean him any good. And if he had his if he had his mind in the right place, he would see that too. That don't mean him no good at all. And maybe he just played us the whole time. You know what's crazy? Someone else said that too. And maybe he is just doing this for trolling. Maybe he is just doing this for trolling. Like I wasn't really thinking that he was, but shoot, maybe he is. And if he is, it's a dumb behind decision. It's a dumb way he going about it. Like if he trolling, he possibly risking his freedom, his future and all that stuff, just to try to gain I what views. I would say because I don't think all this what he doing is going to gain more subscribers or something like that. I think if anything, it's just going to gain views. Like, and if y'all know anything about monetization, it's not really about the amount of subscribers. It's about the viewership. So, for example, a person can have a person. It can be people with YouTube channels. One person can have 4,000 subscribers, and then another person can have let's say 100,000 subscribers. But that person with 100, you would think that person with 100,000 subscribers naturally, because they got 100,000, would get more revenue on a monthly income or whatever. And that would normally be the case if every time they post something, all their subscribers would always view their stuff. But that's not normally the case with stuff. So if that person with 100,000 subscribers posts a video, but that person with 10,000 subscribers posts a video and getting way more views than a person with 100,000 subscribers, then every month when they get paid, the 10,000 subscriber guy is going to be getting paid way more than a 100,000 subscriber guy because he got way more views. So, and that's something I had to learn too on here too, as a content creator. It's not necessarily about subscribers. Now subscribers help because, like I said, if all the subscribers were to view your stuff, then that's good. But in most cases, people subscribe to your stuff and don't view your stuff. I know that for a fact because I'm subscribed to a lot of people and I don't watch a lot of people's stuff. It's not the simple fact that I don't watch them because I don't want to watch it. It's just that it's just what it is. I just don't. So that's how that is. So he's probably doing if he is doing this for trolling or whatever, then he's doing it for viewership. It's not more subscribers or whatever. And kind of like the dude Hassan Campbell. Like he always making these controversial videos or whatever because it's subscriptions. If y'all notice, he's not really gaining more subscribers, or even like the more recently Fresh and Fit podcast. They was just beefing, with Auburn Preach and Anna Quinn Fitness and Nina Unrated and all that stuff, and they lost a whole lot of subscribers. But because of their beef, people want to see what's going on, so they still watching their videos. So because of the controversy, they're losing subscribers, but more people are watching their stuff. So in return, they're actually gaining more money, although they're losing subscribers. Like, and a lot of I've noticed just by just reading like some of the comments and just reading the ignorance of it, of some certain people comments, that a lot of the fans or whatever, just people just watch these videos, don't understand that. They'll unsubscribe from you thinking that they're trying to harm you, but they'll still watch your videos, hit the like button down or leave like derogatory comments. But truth be told, that's still helping that person's channel. Rather you hitting the thumbs down, rather you leaving troll comments or not, it's all still going to work through the algorithm. And certain individuals um learned that and used that to their game, kind of like how Floyd Mayweather in boxing, kind of like how back in 2009 when he changed from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather when he was hanging with 50 Cent a lot, kind of like how he realized that being a bad guy is what's going to sell because they love to hate him. Like they, although they don't like him, but they're going to pay just to see if somebody's going to beat him up, just to see if he's going to lose. It's the same game. It's just on the internet. So that's a little Jews for y'all, little gems, if y'all didn't realize that. But and that's probably if he is, if this is all fake, then he's using, then young Pharaoh, he's using that tactic. Dream with Brain said he would never disappoint the ancestors on purpose. Yeah, I yeah, I don't think he doing it on purpose either. But if it's all a mental break, then it's not necessarily on purpose because it's all mental. Like I don't care if you're a smart person. I don't care if you're a person in the grace and glory of God, or you're spiritual, whatever. When you start doing drugs and you start having mental issues, all that stuff go out the window because now you're not you. You're not your average person. You're not thinking in your regular realm. So you become a different person. So although the young Pharaoh that we all know may not be doing it, may not be doing all this stuff on purpose and all that, but uh if he's really going through some mental issues and all that stuff and really he's under the influence of stuff, then yeah, he would be doing it. And that's just what it is. Oh, so they talking to each other. Oh, I like that. Jane with Brain and Chi-Town Texan, they having a little conversation. And y'all right. I hope he get back on track. Just to piggyback on what y'all talking about. Um, yeah, I hope he get back on track. But in order to do that, he gonna have to get rid of those dudes. And that's real talk. Like I said, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that in a separate video. But in order for him to get back on track, he's going to have to get rid of those dudes that he got around him right now. Even the females, everybody who's around him, actually everybody who's around him, they got to go because as we all see, they mean him no good. They mean him no good at all. And if they really care, then they'll be the first ones trying to get him some help and trying to see that he back on track. Not us here on YouTube talking about it. They'll be the ones. So I agree with y'all, but he just gotta he he gotta get rid of those people. So and like I was saying about like my brother last night, because he going through the same mental issues. It's sad to say, but a lot of times them getting help may only come in the form of them um being held against their will, either that being arrested or going to some type of hospital, some psychiatric hospital where they just can't up and go and all this stuff, where they gotta stay and seek treatment because that's gonna be the only way. And a lot of us, we from the outside looking in, so we don't like hearing stuff like that. We don't like, especially this is someone we like, someone we care about, even if it's someone in our family. We don't like hearing that stuff, but a lot of times that's just what it is. Like if you want to see a change, then you gotta make that change. And sometimes that change just comes in the form of changing your whole environment and getting that help that might be that got to be probably forced on you because you're not going to do it yourself. Hmm. Wavy said he scanned him before. You did? How, no, you can't. Well, I'm gonna. What I'm gonna try to do is because I told somebody last night that I was gonna start the stream yard because I will have it up by next week. But if people want to call in soon and start doing this, and actually I kind of want to do it too, sooner than later. Then after I'm gonna end this live soon because I got stuff I gotta do this morning. Um, but when I return, I'm going to try to set up my StreamYard account and all that stuff and get everything set up. I'm gonna try to do it today so I can try to have like a calling show either tonight or tomorrow sometime. So I'm definitely gonna get on top of that because I do want y'all to call in or just have like a panel or something like that. We can like interact instead of me just reading the chats. But I want to know how he scammed you though. Oh, Wavy P, you real observant. He said just download. Look, he said just download, just download call free on your phone right now on the phone right behind you. How you know that's a phone? That could be something else. Anna McIntyre says when you play with fire, sometimes you get burned. He stepped on the chosen one's shoes. Who the chosen one? You talking about General Seti? Shannon Teller says the polygamy thing is not working out for him. What a mess. Oh, the Jews. Oh, well, I mean, well, that's all. That's all up for debate. You know, I don't know how long you was joining this. You joined this live stream, but I kind of tapped in on that on how a lot of that stuff that they talk about from the different fashions from the young pharaohs and brother polites from the 5%ers, the Israelites, the Jews, all that stuff. It's all debatable. Um, but I mean, shoot, he did talk about the Jews though. Polygamy is not working out for who, young Pharaoh? That's what that was what was said. Polygamy is not working out for him. Yeah, she said yes. Polygamy is not working out for him. And you know what's crazy about that? Me growing up, knowing a few Muslims and saying that they had different wives and all that stuff. Like I used to see like the drama in the hood with that stuff because and a lot of guys gonna be mad at me for this, but I gotta keep it real. I know a lot of dudes personally who only became Muslim, who only be like those type of religions that allow like multiple wives. Only did it because they wanted multiple wives because they didn't really understand the culture. They didn't really understand what it really attend to. All in the back of their mind was they got multiple wives. They gonna have they thinking they about to have orgies and threesomes and foursomes and stuff like that. And this is not everybody. I'm talking about the people I know. I don't know about y'all. I'm just letting y'all know my experience. So, and then I hear a lot of other people online talk about this stuff too, like when they had these type of conversations. So I I understand that there is a percentage. I don't know how big the percentage is, but there is a percentage of men who only do these type of things, who only join these clubs, these cultures, these religions for the sheer fact of they thinking that they're gonna have, you know, multiple sex and all that stuff. And then when they get down into it and get to the nitty gritty, they find out that it that it wasn't like that, and hence you have your problems. He said he needed a lawyer for the. You talking about Wavy P said he said he needed money for a lawyer and never got the lawyer. You talking about the for the YouTube case last year when he was saying that he was he got a case against YouTube, because I remember him talking about all that stuff. But then again, he talked about that he had a few yeah, I was about to say, you said before that you took the words out my mom about to say, because then again he talked about he had a few uh situations that he needed a lawyer for money and stuff. So it probably could have been one of them, and apparently it was. Well, I've always watched them. I've never donated money, and that's one thing about me. Like, I watch all these people online. I ain't never get nobody my money. I ain't never get nobody, and it's not the simple fact that I never will, because some people I will support. Like I'm about to start doing it now. Certain people, or whatever, because certain individuals that I follow, like they seem real fair on their content. They always been consistent. But this certain people, I've been subscribed to them for years, like probably damn near 10 years. Way before I even thought about making content myself. But but I never actually gave nobody money though. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I never get nobody money. Um, Especially like with the people that's talking about, and I'm talking about as far as people asking for donations for stuff. Like when I hear certain people saying they need donations to do this or donations for kids, and like they say all this stuff, but they never really show receipts. One of the last people I heard something about donations, I actually made a video about, was which was Tariq Nasheed. He looking for $7 million to build some invisible hidden color black museum in the middle of downtown Los Angeles, California. Which I don't understand why he like people was getting on me for making a video, but I'm just thinking, like, if you're doing something like that, it's so much free government funding. You don't have to ask us, especially in these type of times. Like, you don't gotta ask us if you really, really want to do something like that. There's so many free government grants and funding that you can get, and then you got so many celebrity friends that you can like have like some type of function and build up this stuff. Like, you don't need money from being you. It's so much trillions and billions of dollars that's being accumulated because of we're not using it, and that's how certain people and politicians and all. I don't really want to get into that, but that's how they're able to steal certain money, and how certain money, big bulks of money, be disappearing because we, the people, are not accessing it, and they know that, so they're able to furnish their office and you know uh pay for their families uh vacation house in the Hamptons and things of that sort. So it gets real deep, and I can get real deep into it, but censorship and monetization is real, and I like I said, I had to learn how to tread lightly, although I keep hinting at stuff, I'll be wanting to go in so bad, but it's not my platform per se. Like, this is my channel, but YouTube is not mine, so can't do what I want. But yeah, he promoted polygamy as a building community type relationship. Now he's all about smashing whoever he wants. all flesh. A real spiritual person knows you take on those energies. Yeah. Well, and that's what I said. Like a lot of them is just fake it till you make it. He made it, so he ain't gotta fake it no more. And that's what a lot of y'all, if you don't know already, you know, have to realize. I see a lot of people get so emotional on things and so angry and was like, I can't believe this, I can't do this and I can't believe this person did this and that. Well, some things do be a shock, but you got to understand that people are people. They can be the nicest person, they can be the most holiest spiritual person, they can be the most noblest person. It only takes that one time for a person can change and all that stuff, and everything that they done goes downhill. So I say all that to say, um, stop putting too much stock into the flesh. Stop putting too much stock into the person. That shoot that even goes for me too. I'm just a person too. Like what I try to do is I just take the good with the good and the bad with the bad, and I leave it like that. I'm not putting too much. I'm not putting too much faith in a man or a female because I know it can all go down here. Hold on. Hello. I'm on a live stream right now. All right, I'm about to be done anyway because I gotta go. All right. That was my friend. Remember my friend I was telling you about? I was having that conversation with. That was her right there. I gotta. She was just calling me to remind me I gotta go. I didn't. I planned on. I really wanted to go live like 8 something this morning, so I can have a 2 hour run because I knew I had to be done by 10 o'clock because I'm like super late right now. But I kind of just wanted to get that off my chest a little bit about this whole situation with young Pharaoh and the good side of the good, the bad, and ugly of success. It just the whole point of this video is just always try to stay grounded, stay rounded, have people around you who care for you, who got well good intentions for you, and try to weed out those snakes and all that stuff. And if you really paying attention, you can actually see who the snakes are. Like it's not really. See, I don't know. I'm real intuitive. I'm. Some might say I'm borderline newsy. So, but that works for me. It keeps me focused. It keeps me honed in on certain situations, and I can see BS from a mile away. And some people, other people need to learn that stuff too. And maybe your life will be just a little bit less stressful as far as that situation. You can't help others. It may not help you in other situations, but those situations will. But that's my time. I gotta go. Thank you for joining me this morning. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all a little later on my video where I talk about um um the two agents in Young Pharaoh camp, this Qua and Lou characters. But until next time, I'll holler at y'all. Peace.